Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Chrissy, and we are going over some music things. So that's how you came up with the name.
And I think that was what sparked it for me.
It's just perfect.
To achieve what you want.
Is passion. It'll be pretty much every way.
That's a good question.
Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Chrissy, and I'm here to talk all things music, specifically for musicians who are just starting off or other musicians who want to keep growing. Today, I am chatting with a pianist and composer all the way from France. Her name is Thais. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. It's just really hot here in the south of France in July, but otherwise I'm doing well. And you?
I'm doing good, and same thing with the heat, definitely feeling that. I think a lot of us are in different countries all over the world, apparently. So I want to start off, you have done a lot with your music. You play, you sing, you also play violin, and you're teaching it as well. So it's going to be interesting to get your perspective and get some insight. But I want to start off with the basic question. How did you become a musician?
Yeah, so when I was really young, when I was 3 years old, I told my parents that I wanted to start learning music because I was really passionate. So my parents were really kind and they let me start learning. So I had piano lessons for many years. So piano was like my first love in music. And then later in life, I started violin and singing. And then I went to music schools as well. And now I teach piano. And fast forward to November 2025, a couple of months ago, I released my debut EP.
Yeah, so you're doing quite a lot. I want to start off by talking about, we'll get into all of everything you're teaching and doing, kind of even on the business side. But I want to start off with your original songs. I heard all your music. You're really talented. You have this great blend of, anyone who loves rock and metal, but also who loves like movie scores, which is definitely me. I love both of those genres. You do a great job of blending them. I would kind of compare you to anyone who loves Evanescence. You'll want to check out her music. Tell me about your original songs, your inspirations for all that.
Yeah, so in terms of band inspiration, as you said, Evanescence, also Nightwish, Epica, so symphonic metal, and also so Chopin is my favorite composer in terms of like classical composer. So he also influenced me for like the more like classical tracks, so the Nocturne and the Waltz. And also, so these are like, orchestral sounds. I love epic orchestral music and film scores as well. I love that. That was definitely my influences with the music. And then in terms of like the lyrics and stuff, it was also about inner work, like hope as well when you're going through dark times. And that's kind of like, a lot of influences. Yeah, a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, and like she mentioned, she has several songs out there. You can stream anywhere. Two of my favorites, personal favorites, if you're listening and checking out her music, I like The Light Shines in the Darkness. You're singing on that one, so if you want like a real like Evanescence type of feel, that one's a good one to listen to. And then you have Castle of Dreams, which is like more instrumental if you're just wanting to, kind of relax and just listen. I like listening to instrumental when I'm either working or have projects and I just want to like, kind of relax. Those kind of things. So both of those are my favorites of yours. Tell me your inspiration for those two songs.
So The Light Shines in the Darkness, it's like a rock metal ballad. So it's very emotional, and I wanted to do something about like feeling like very unwell, like an event happened and you just feel really, really bad, and then you just want to to overcome these feelings. Like you want to first you want to heal,
Yeah.
and then you want to work on the healing those emotions. And the light shines in the darkness. It means that even when you're going through something really difficult, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So just keeping that in mind. So that's what this song is about. And then Castle of Dream is about so I like to use like this metaphor of the castle and the tower. So in my mind, I had like a tower of evil, like in the Lord of the Rings, like this type of tower. And then the castle is like a Disney princess castle.
I love that.
So those are like metaphors for like, okay, I'm going through something terrible. I'm in that tower of evil. But life is also about joy and peace and love, and we're in this castle. And yeah,
I love that. And that title actually caught my eye because I was like, ooh. I was like, listen, I was going through your list. I'm like, I'm going to listen to that one. Same reason. I'm a big fan of Disney, and I'm a big fan of like all the Disney princess stuff and castles and everything. So yeah, that caught my eye. So yeah, if you like all that kind of Disney stuff, then yes, you're going to like this just like we do. So I want to talk about, besides Disney, I want to talk about you on the business side. You, besides just performing and writing songs, you also offer lessons to help others. So tell me about the lessons you offer and some of the students who could benefit.
Yeah, so I've been teaching for a couple of years now. So that's been more like in the background, like part-time, but like very recently I've been working on the marketing and want to do more of it because I really love helping other people. And I feel more confident as well as a teacher now. So yeah, I've been helping people like learn how to play the piano, learn how to accompany themselves while singing, and I also want to introduce more of that, how to create your own music, because I've done my first record and I'm working on my second. So I feel like I can also help people to take that step. And it's really great teaching. I really like it, and I'm doing it online, so I can really have students from anywhere in the world. So yeah.
And tell us about your website. How can they find these lessons?
Yeah, so my website is thaisnina.com. So you've got information there, and you can also send me a message on Instagram as well to contact me for lessons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And kind of what is like the process? So like, let's say, for example, if someone is starting off brand new, what is your like approach if they want to ask you like, okay, I want lessons, I've never touched a piano? What's like an example of your approach to make them comfortable, or like, how can they get started with you?
Yeah, so I think for students who have never done music before or have never done a piano before, it can seem really overwhelming because there is like you playing with both hands, you like reading music. It seems very complex. But the thing is, I like to really break down into digestible pieces the challenges, so that students don't feel like it's too much. And actually, by doing bit by bit, they really progress and improve in just a couple of months of lessons. And I like teaching with a smile, and just making their work but with a smile.
And I did see on your website you have some reviews, so you've already had quite a few students. This is not like you're not just starting off, you've already had some students, you've had some feedback, so you can go ahead and check out her website, check out their feedback and see what they're saying. But like she said, these are lessons where, if you're not comfortable yet, or if you're just getting started, she's going to help you to learn it very, very slowly and at a slow pace, where you can get comfortable with the instrument. So she's offering lessons for people at different levels. So if you are wanting to start off brand new, that's okay. You don't have to know how to read music or know how to much about music at all. She'll teach you all that. So just get in touch with her and check out if you're interested in that. So in general, for other musicians who are just wanting advice and tips, like how would you, because you're a composer, and to me, composers are very different from instrumentalists and singers because they have a different like mindset. You have to be there's like another creative aspect to it because you're creating something brand new. So musicians who want to do that and they want to write songs and create melodies, what is your advice for them to like find their sound?
I love that question. Yes. So I think the first thing that comes to mind is quite obvious. It's like, what are your favorite bands and favorite artists? Because if you resonate with certain style of music, that means that you might want to do that. And then something else is visualize the world where your music takes place. So, for example, like, do you see a big city, like a modern big city? Do you see like Victorian times? Do you see like fantasy and vampires and werewolves? Or, like try to imagine where your music could take place and like what people are wearing, just the world, what you see in your mind. And that can really help as well to define your sound. Just don't be afraid to start as well, because the blank page can be a bit scary. So at first it's good to like focus and narrow it down. So try to start by like one song and then little by little building from there.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, yeah, it's the same as far as like when I started off, you kind of get like inspired by like your other the other things you like. Like you, I also love all that fairy tale, like castles, pirates, all of that. I literally dressed as a pirate in a reel, and I'm going to do it again soon. So yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. So like, I love all that. I think I tried to do like a Cinderella one time, just a little like headpiece. But yeah, so I love all that, and like that'll inspire me too. But then I'm also inspired by like kind of like emo and like punk rock, and so like I kind of have like different interests. So a little off topic, but what do you think about people who have those different interests and they want to blend them together, kind of like you have, like with metal and like kind of the fantasy and metal?
So it's not very easy to do, I'm going to be honest, but it is possible, and I love when people blend different styles. I've seen on Instagram a couple of independent musicians who do that, and it's really cool because it's new, it's unique, and definitely try. Just experiment and don't judge. Just like experiment and see what you do with it, and you will find your sound little by little.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And it's so crazy. That's exactly, I feel the same with like your interest and your like ideas of like kind of blending them. I am totally the same way. And it's so interesting to talk to other artists who like have those same thought processes. And that's not the reason why I want to like get these interviews out there, is so like people don't feel so alone in their ideas or feel like they're doing it differently. Because just chatting with a few of you on here, I feel like, oh, you do this too, or oh, I do this. And so like it makes me feel better about my process of how I'm writing, and like for me too, because I am just getting my music out there slowly. I've been writing for years and years, but like I am barely kind of like about to have it streaming. So like for me, I'm getting like that encouragement from you all, talking to you all, and like learning like, okay, the way I did it was cool and fine. And I want to share that with everybody else too, because I'm sure everybody has those same thoughts. So kind of speaking from my own experience and learning from you guys, and it's really cool, and I love hearing all that. I want to talk about so being a musician, like I said, I am trying to start and grow, and I'm sure there's a lot of people listening who want to do the same. They want to put out a song for the first time. But from what I'm researching and what I'm doing and what I'm hearing from other people, there's kind of a business mindset to like promoting yourself. You have like a marketing aspect to it. So how do you kind of use like a business mindset? Because you are also doing lessons, so you kind of are running a business. How do you use that for like both music and like kind of running like a little side business?
So I have to admit that at first it was not very easy for the business side and to kind of combine both.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more I do it and the more I get comfortable doing it, and also like I feel like promoting yourself. I mean, promoting myself was something that was really awkward to me at
Yeah.
first.
I agree.
So yeah, so it's but yes, slowly, like little by little, by doing it, it's like everything, you know, with experience you get better. And also like music is meant to be shared, right? So I know a lot of us can be a bit afraid of sharing our music, but it makes the world a better place. So you know. Yeah.
Exactly. And you connect with people.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and you connect with the people who like feel like, for me right now,
Yes.
like listening to all your music, I'm like, yes, I love that kind of like that specific style. And you find your people that you can connect with. But yeah, definitely getting started is not an easy thing at all for any of us. So any of us that you see that are out there with music, like it's not easy. You do have to have a business mindset, and you do have to kind of market yourself. And like I talked about in other episodes, like, you know, my background for work is marketing, and like I do like SEO and that kind of thing. But you know, it's a little different for music, but you can still kind of apply those skills. So if you have any kind of business skills at all, or just, you know, kind of brush up on them before you launch your music, it'll definitely be helpful, and it'll help you get comfortable, and not like us that we're a little bit shy to promote ourselves at first. You know, you can get that confidence, so you can kind of get over that part, but you will get over that part. You just have to, you know, just keep working at it. So as far as with business, you also have like social media is a big part of us, for us musicians, any artists, honestly, even, you know, painters and stuff, any kind of artist, like using social media is really important nowadays. So I want to talk about like, how do you use social media? Which platforms and which platforms do you use?
So I use YouTube and Instagram. So
Me
I
too.
also have a Facebook page, but,
Yeah.
but I'm not really active on Facebook, but I'm really active on Instagram and YouTube. Actually, YouTube is my favorite platform. Also, I love like long form content, so like podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, and like long form YouTube videos, and I love watching music videos as well. And so, but yeah, I didn't have the budget to do like professional music videos for my EP, but so maybe in the future. But yeah, I love watching music videos. So I'm more active on Instagram because with short form content, I can film like short reels, and that helps promote my music. And I can connect with people, like talk to people that follow me and let them know a bit of behind the scenes and a bit what's going on for new music and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. And how can we find, so everyone who wants to follow you, how can we find you on Instagram and YouTube? Is it the same name? Let us know.
Yeah, so on Instagram it's tastenina.music, and on YouTube it's Tastenina Music. But I think if you just type Tastenina, you will find me. Yeah.
And she has some great content there. She has all her music there, and some great videos to watch. And then again, we mentioned her website. You want to mention it again? It is
tastenina.com.
And you can go there, and all the links will be, you know, easily accessed. But you can check out the links, and all the information will be there. You can check out more about her background, and the lessons she offers as well. So I want to kind of just close off by just asking a general, like, what advice do you have for people who want to start playing piano or compose music?
So I would say that music is an amazing thing to do, because I can see like people who start an instrument or who compose, like in terms of like self-expression, it's just so powerful. And I think we are like creative beings, and I think that it's often too much forgotten in our current society. And when we are more creative, I think that it really has so much like so many benefits on our mental health, physical health, and just overall well-being. So definitely learn an instrument, and if you want to compose, please don't procrastinate. I have procrastinated, and I know that a lot of people do. So because it can be a bit scary and stuff. So I think for my advice for composers specifically would be start by composing just for yourself. Like, don't think about the pressure of putting your music on internet. Just at first compose some songs just for you, or maybe just to show it to a friend or family member, and then slowly you can build to wanting to share your music. But don't be afraid to start, because that's the key point.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think you give a lot of great advice. So I can tell that you are you'll be very like patient and sweet with your, when you're giving your lessons and stuff. So definitely if you need to get started, check her out. She's going to be really helpful for you. And that was great advice for everybody. So anyone listening, totally agree with her. You just need to kind of find yourself and find your own, whether it's your voice or your sound, however, singing or playing, but getting comfortable with it so that, then you can share it, because you don't want to just write a bunch of songs. A lot of people do that, write songs. I did that for years. I wrote songs and just they're in my computer and nobody knows, nobody heard them, whatever. And you don't want to do that. You want to like get it out. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to get it out there. But you don't want to waste time. You don't want to procrastinate. Like she said, a lot of people hold off and wait, and then you get busy with work. And we're kind of here to tell you that, like, you can work and take care of things, but you can also do music on the side. Just do it slowly, find time, and don't doubt yourself, basically. So you gave a lot of great advice. I really appreciate having you on here. Hopefully we can have you again sometime. We can chat some more. But so if you want to go follow her, like we said, she has kind of like a Evanescence type of sound, a little metal, a little bit of like cinematic feel. If you like that kind of music, I love that kind of music. If you like that kind of music, check out her music, and all the links will be below. You can check out her profiles. But I want to thank you, Thais, for being here today and providing such great insight. And I want to thank everyone listening. Keep writing, keep composing, and make sure to stay on track with your music. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to catch more episodes with other musicians.